everyone, welcome back to the Daring Player Squad channel. My name's Rashi. Today is Thursday, yeah, the days are weird. We are back here with Final Fantasy 16. We're going ahead, playing some more side quests here in Waloed, and hopefully we'll wrap up today's events with a little introduction into the main quest, into Origin. So let's go ahead. I've done a little bit of swapping. For now, I've changed into some of my abilities now to kind of incorporate Odin's attacks, and so far it's been doing pretty well. I've taken out a lightning rod, but we'll see how that fares next time. That was a smart idea. I think Odin literally requires you to have every one of your abilities equip one of Odin's powers so that it's maximized properly. But I can't really know for sure. I just kind of want to while I'm here and while I have the time, kind of play around with it, make a decision for myself. Mostly be able to kind of show you a little bit more of what can be done with different icon powers. I did, okay. Nothing. This? Oh, sorry, that's one of the hunts I stumbled into. Alright, cool. Play this. Agnikai.
Look who's here to meet us. Pity they don't seem fond of visitors. Too slow.
Go on up. Stand down. Side step out. Just taking licks on the head, no problem there. Down. Frozen nose, little frozen ability there. Whoop. There we go. Bring them down into gouge. New gun gear. The flames of rebirth. lined up for this one attack. I don't know if this is gonna be the attack for me. It's decent though. It's decent. I'm not gonna say it's not great, but it's pretty good. I think it's great for cleaning up mobs, but not really meant for boss fights. But I guess Stone Tongue, that's nice.
I've had warmer welcomes.
Warmer welcomes. Could have been worse. That's done and away with. Gonna pop myself a potion. Continue down this path and then meet up with this next objective quest here. Let's see here. Oh my god. What is here?
Might this be Mickelberg?
Ah, right. Mickelberg. Orphanage, I believe. Oh my god, I hope they're not killing people. I hope it's not a religious sacrifice situation here.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least.
You guys do?
What is going on here?
Everyone having praying, having a good time?
Did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
This is how you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Ah, good old ritual suicide.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me. But did another foreigner, like me, come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He is staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll...
Better have all his limbs and appendages intact, because this sounds like...
Same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Hope this isn't like one of those situations where like, ah yes, he's resting by the, in our house. I broke his legs and cut out his tongue. Big deal. Shard, alright, that's nice. God, I hope he's okay. If anything, I hope he's actually dead, not just like in a horrible, tortured state. I don't see any signs of just like crazy, demonic fanaticisms going on, so I guess it should be okay. Eye out for items. Quaint little village. I feel like chocobo stalls, but I don't see chocobos, which is also concerning. Upturned chairs, so I'm like, I don't know. The Chronicles of Merkavir. being a collection of tales as recounted by His Most Exalted Majesty Lord Bjornhard of the Veldemark. If you are no doubt aware, Lord Bjornhard was once a race of men who commanded the most forbidden of forbidden magics. But did you ever hear tell of the Executors, those charged with driving out these heretics? The order had its origins in the Crystalline Dominion, but those rulers, by whose rulers decreed it was tasked with the protection of mankind and sent forth to extinguish the forbidden magic wherever rumors of its use might arise. Having in due course succeeded in their mission and driven with utters of the unutterable from the land, these secretive souls withdrew from the stage of history, never to be heard from. Without that. Hey buddy, you doing okay?
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Savior's light.
Sounds like Buddy's drinking
Not that they might
the Kool-Aid here.
respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... it is different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great...
Oh? Looks like someone's prayers have been answered.
Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
Yeah, Buddy's been drinking deep in the Kool-Aid. The local Kool-Aid. Looks like the ether spring has popped. Or ethers as well? Ether flood. There. Ether deluge.
Oh no. There must be something I can do.
Oh man, they dead, man. They dead.
Echoes as well. Found her.
I got this.
Ready, brother?
I don't got this.
Nice try.
good lordy. Really preying on top of this giant fallen vault. Something
I
big.
think so.
Yeah, and then something big is gonna come up.
Oh, man.
Oh, I was not prepared for a molten giant fight. Okay, whoops.
We meet again.
I don't know if I have the potions for this, but I'm gonna give it my best Titus, I see.
Your kind before. To already. Too slow. Too slow.
A new combo out. I don't think this is gonna be the best combo. Nah, not the best combo at all. Unfortunate. Sorry guys, I'm just tired. Combinations are not properly. Come on. Come on.
Too slow.
Yeah, I'm not quite getting the combination. Still doing side quests? Yeah, we're just finishing up a bunch of side quests in Waloed at the moment. Should take us maybe under an hour, so should be able to get it all done. I am not a big fan of Odin in boss fights, unfortunately. He does not output the damage I desire.
Nice try.
Odin's abilities. They're decent. They're just not great for boss battles. I'm not putting like 70 to 80k worth of damage, so I'm gonna swap back to that. Maybe now. I am enjoying. Oh no, the fallen.
Damn it!
This is what you wanted. This is what you. Oh my god. Well, I thought you wanted them to go become a Kashik and give themselves to their god. Like, why would you stop it?
Bab doesn't. Rashi.
Don't you die.
It gets you stab Kashik. Bro hasn't slept in days. Look at his face. Just like,
They might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in, a duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
oh, cool. Now I have to go kill the villagers I just saved. Thanks. It's just like they have to fulfill their duty if it means becoming like mindless automatons. I'm just like, okay. Really feel like that wasn't something you should die for. But it doesn't look like they're really interested in fighting us, which is interesting. Usually they're just like crazed, crazed automatons. But no, they're actually like, what's what I'm looking for? They're following the order of Ultima, essentially. Of course, this guy's just like, you know, I just want them to be happy, and I'm like, this isn't really. This guy confuses me. Like, oh. It's gonna be real awkward to talk to him about it. He's like, so your guy went crazy. He drank deep on that blue Kool-Aid, and he's dead.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
I don't know why I had to go here immediately. I have plenty of shit. There's so much more stuff I could have done back in Waloed. Why'd you bring me back here? Okay, I believe he should be dead ahead. In this building, kick open the door like a boss.
There are a lot of. It's your goodbye tour.
I'm glad.
It's a farewell Sid tour.
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Mickelberg report.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash.
He died protecting the villagers from an echo.
Yeah,
Buried
that's
him in Mickelberg.
that's what he was doing.
Sorry that I couldn't save him.
Saving them.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty.
Oh, okay, I guess.
For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings, for better or worse.
You guys get by this because it's garbage. I'm sorry. This quest line is garbage. I'm sorry.
He died to
He's
save
like,
them.
you know, they're just, it's all about doing your own thing. That's the special thing about it, right? But who cares if they became a Kashyyyk, you know, as long as they did it by themselves. Yeah, except when you kill yourself, you don't generally come back as a zombie and kill other people, right? You know, so this fucking side quest is stupid. No, I don't care. Stop, I don't give a shit.
Of course, I shall, my lord.
I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm so annoyed. This quest is stupid. I got something out of it. Just some core calcum. Sorry, am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that, Joyce? The whole thing was just like, well, he defied defending liberty. And I'm like, I don't care if you kill yourself, whatever, dude. But if you kill yourself and come back as a zombie to kill other people, there's a problem, right? And he's just like, it's cool, don't worry about it. It's all what we're about here. And I'm like, I really don't think this is what we're about, actually. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. I'm gonna run back over to Waloed and then pick up the next two quests. I believe there's one right here. This is Doris's quest, where we have to free a bunch of bears that were sealed up in here. I neglected to grab some potions, but that's okay.
Kitten Hollow. Oh.
Kitten Hollow. Oh, it sounds so pretty.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashyyyk. I need to hurry.
Helping crazy people die for money. No, for me, it's just like, I don't care if you... Oh, hold on. I need to change out to a different... Alright, what was that? I don't want this one. I'm going to instead... I could keep Odin. I can keep Odin and instead replace it with Lightning Rod and Judgment Bolt. There we go. No, Judgment Bolt. And then replace this with Lightning Rod, which gives me cooldown. No, I want. Where is it? Not Ice Age, not Impulse. Judgment Bolt increases cooldown by 9. That's fine. Ignition. No. Rising Flame. No. Likes. No. Berserk Ring. Yes. Breath of Fire, Flames of Rebirth. Yes. And then. Power Drive. No. There's another one for Lightning Rod. It increases damage. Lightning. There, 10% increase in damage. All right, that should do it. These boys wrapped up here. Wow.
Stay down. All yours, Torgal! Kill!
Down. And banana slammer. Alright. I just, yeah, that side quest was stupid. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Stupid side. All about liberty and making a decision on how you want to die. Good for you. Just don't come back as a zombie next time, eh? Here, let's go ahead and take these guys out on a date.
All yours, Torgal!
I'm just gonna stack Zen's skin real quick.
Wake and win!
Go on up and come on down. Here we go. Here's Doris.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not.
You win this side.
Risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Lock that door.
Locked up tight.
Oh no, it's locked. Okay, ironic. Other way we shall go. Stishtin? Balmung Dark, Writ of Designation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purposes of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention of thereof is punishable by death. Captive bears have been provided solely for the pursual of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bears in any other capacity.
So
Okay.
this place was no ordinary prison. And I
Cool.
doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
War crimes. Throwing bears at this monster to develop weapons. Cool. Great. War crimes. Great. I'm here. Do I want to go upstairs first? Spin into the hole. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that the successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bear captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Walooder lives.
Minimal loss of Walooder lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
You know, for a king that absolutely goes like, oh, bears are kind of like the better, like the apex, right? They're meant for greater things, and they're like chosen by Ultima. He uses them pretty much like fodder.
Yeah, they're still used like cattle.
Yeah. Memorandum on the Kuza beast feedings. Recent supply shortages have left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted in our care. Fortunately, the creature has observed to kill and consume the bears assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast has further observed to enter a state of visible contentment when feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to
War
it.
crimes.
This is even worse than I'd feared.
Blue just casually doing the war crimes.
I mean,
Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here.
got no other country.
Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Dodge
Say
is
no.
getting on.
War crimes. War crimes.
Border of North Korea side.
It's over!
Seems to be locked up. Maybe it is. Let's go ahead and check the other way first.
Quiet. All yours, Torvald!
Here are the chest. All right. A shard. All right. Some good goodies. Some little goodies here and there. Not bad. Go ahead and double back here. I believe I should be able to enter this area. The left of me. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Doris. Okay. Whew.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Probably fits the bottom one.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
The Gowler's key. That's probably for downstairs. Let's go ahead and check that out. No doubt we're gonna have to dispose of the monster that resides here. I imagine it will be a deeply unpleasant experience. What could it be? I went the wrong way. The way. This side. Gateway. There we go. Stick the key in the lock.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Cash gun. Yet.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Oh my goodness, there's a kid here. Right? Buddy? Oh.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But Something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course they were.
Thank the Founder.
Have one survivor. That's good.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Well, looks like Chad's done fighting.
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
We have to run.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about letting a monster out that's exclusively eating bears. It's like, I don't. Oh my goodness, hello. What are you? You are a big boy. I think what they were feeding was a behemoth, which is a lot of Kazus. Okay. Be an entrance. Oh, here it is. Do I have the magic for this? Do I have the potions for this? It says, yeah, I got enough. I got enough. Look at it, Joyce. I'm blue. Who's a beast? Just a behemoth. Like,
Just a behemoth.
just a behemoth.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
I killed it. Okay, I was not paying attention to its health bar. I was just like output damage, exclusively output damage. But yeah, no, it was a mark, so it's one of the marks that we had to beat anyway. All according to plan. Beat it. First time.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
But do you have a part 2?
No.
Chadwick's journal.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm
sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Damn it, they keep bringing me back to the hideaway. I'm like, no, I just want to stay in Waloed. I want to finish the quests.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly, but
Yeah, I
surely.
guess.
She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her.
Wrapping up.
If we hadn't...
The plot, plans, yeah.
But we did.
But wouldn't that, like, couldn't I just be like, hey, I'll meet you back at the hideout?
Save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember.
Why I took this and why they're saying this.
The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former master.
Oh god, she's going through her past. Alright,
She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey.
put the controller down.
We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
And so ends the Doris questline. Breath of Darkness for Gungia. Plenty of stuff still outlined. I think there's even another side quest available here. Two side quests apparently. I'm gonna go ahead and pick those up and be handed in whatever's left of me. Let's go to our Patreon first, see what's up.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
If the drunken galley captain, if the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims that there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one of them. Yeah.
Here you are. All done?
Glues? What kind of glues do I get? Glues allow me to increase damage dealt by 5%. That is not bad. I will go ahead and use Genji gloves. 5% additional damage. Does that mean like damage on everything? Well, we'll see. I'll do the combination and we'll check that out. Let's see what Nick does. Ooh. We have a Beigel in Waloed. We have a Goobermooch in Waloed as well. Blood Moon in Sembrek. A Masterless Marauder in a location that we don't know. The Grim Reaper in another place we don't know. And the Knight of the Splendid Heart, which is in Akashic Dragoon. Again, somewhere in Sembrek. And just cash in these quests.
Haida Marie has taken a liking to her new home. How her spirit survived Balmung.
You should have seen him.
Right, so this is the quest where we were testing this.
Welcome back, Sid.
This scout who bamboozled his way to success.
Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim.
Decided to give him the
and is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless.
Smart kid. He just needs to learn how to deal with his nerves.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days.
I'm not.
That's why we need men.
It's the least of my problems.
Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
Complete. I've got Breath of Lightning for Pile Drive, which is like decent, but not like.
There's something about it.
I
have another quest from Lord Byron.
Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Oh, this is a completion, I'm sorry.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Porter's Alder as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quentin can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you
sorry,
worry,
this is a
my
follow-up.
boy.
My bad.
The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Did I?
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush.
I save a lot of people. I don't remember this.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
We go talk to our uncle once we return to Rosario. Unless he's taking me there right now. He is. All right. Look at everybody with their arms crossed. Going, gee, I hope we solve this mystery.
Will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Oh, those are hard cuts between the two.
There's the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen.
I couldn't clean up before he came here. He's still in his damn apron.
Alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interrupt. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company
Look, we can see the cuts.
The man's a criminal.
Very comedic.
Criminal? How?
Right.
How dare you?
Yeah,
You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls
It's basically you looking back and forth.
Yeah.
Once more onto the breach.
Did we do it? Quentin's just like, I'm just steering them in the right direction here. Not so subtle cough. That was
Shall we begin again?
That was the subtitle.
What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power. There will be disagreements, yes. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony?
They're all looking at each other like, I'm down for some tea. And
Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will.
Be super awkward if they're like, I present to you the Axis. Wait, wait, that's not a good thing to do. Oh, and then back to the hideout.
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. The realm needs its Sacrandal. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
Oh.
I will.
Sorry, I'm cutting through this really fast. I am a little tired. I am a little tired, and I want to get through this as fast as possible. So on Saturday, we can have a really story-focused sesh. I've got Heaven's Cloud and a Triunity recorded. Yeah. All right, everything else that needs to be picked up, we have two more quests to pick up.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is Sid gonna do it?
Rank that soldier boy. He's big as fuck. Look at that. So whoosh. There's Jill. Hey baby. Hey baby. Oh, no, that's not Jill. That's Dion. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? What's up, dude?
The hour fast approaches. My decision is made.
Carry you and your brother to Origin. That is that the Lesage name might fall in honor, but even if I should not. Your Highness.
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return, and yet I am resolved to go. Ultima took much from me, and he means to strip us all of what little we have left.
Must be stopped.
Must be stopped at whatever cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are as overhasty as your brother. Save your thanks for witnesses.
I await your word.
Looks like we have a mission from Gab. Before I do, I bought a couple new orchestrions. So we'll see what they sound like.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No, it's just... Eddie's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
Oh, he's nesting.
Like that.
Back in the north,
Gav's nesting.
families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So?
The baby shower.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Ed is due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
I will help Gav prep the baby shower.
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo.
From Ambrosia?
There's naught lucky in all the realm. Thing is, they're hard to come by.
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need. A feather.
Yeah. Joshua might have another quest as well. I think he does. I'm just doing.
I was going to start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clive.
I'm just gonna skip through these side quests. I'm sorry. Just want to get through them as fast as possible. But I try to skip it in points in the conversation. That kind of makes sense. Lovely, dark, and deep, if you know what I mean. It's my favorite tag. Wait. Now that we're here, actually, I picked up a bunch of orichalcum and some items. Let's see if I can actually upgrade this one.
Sangforian, dear.
I can now make Ouroboros, and I can make Son of Ouroboros. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'll lose a little bit of defense, but I do get increased. Oh, I get increase in defense, but a pretty deep chunk of HP taken out. Just give me a hard moment here. Why not? Let's do it.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. Should last you a good while.
Any reinforcements I can do for this? I cannot. As for crafting, Gotamarang requires one more dark steel and one more battle.
Anything else?
Where would he be? He might have given me a letter now that I think of it. Probably. Here, a fine hound. Karen. The two of you have been together for what feels like a lifetime now, but there is still a lot that you have to learn about that hound of yours. He'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth if it meant protecting you, but that don't mean you should be taking it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat him on the head and rub his belly and give him a handful of Koopa nuts. You'd do good to remember that. He's just a puppy. He's just a baby. This is from Fanban Aladdin. I'm not so fool to believe that a single A single shaming at the hands of a town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built up in one's heart. Just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding it of its grime, it takes effort, persistence, and more often than not, a stiff brush and a bucket of lye. But more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership have granted us just that. We must now decide whether we want to embrace it or waste it. A wise man once said that the night is always darkest before the dawn. It is a good thing I count one who burns so bright amongst my friends. Catering to my whimsy. That which conquers all, from Isabella. So this is Isabella. Our mother's name is Annabelle. Which is just like, here, not long removed from when we last placed yourself between us and peril, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try to find the words to somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest triumph. Where in the past we leaned ever so heavily on your good graces, this time we found strength elsewhere, in ourselves. Our hardship has shown us that which should have been apparent all along. We are not as different as we want to believe. Does a peasant love his homeland any less than a noble? Does a bear love his family any less than another man does his own? It is this love that has united us and given us true strength. Should every thrall, Akashic, bandit, and brigand in the realm come charging at our gates, we will not fret. We will not falter. We will fight, and we will win. Alright, this is Will. And this is one from Jill. Yeah, this is Joshua. Though her icon has brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we would be poor friends indeed if we did not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction. Before we depart for the skies, I would speak on this more important. This is Joshua's last quest here.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Priceless. Okay, well, it's on our way.
This is gonna make me cry.
I don't know. Let's see all of our Wall of memories, shall we? It's filling up quite nicely. There's the Vale signboard. Scarf. This is the Briar's Kiss signboard. Crimson Caravan. Clay Hearth. Our father's rusted battle helm. Our Trinity Unity Accord. Our Triunity. Trigonometry. And then we have our charred sparring sword. I thought it was rust. No, it was burned. Clive's old sparring sword salvaged by Torgal in the aftermath and the Ironblood invasion and hidden in Clive's original hideaway, the Rookery. It is a reminder of Clive who Clive once was and who he has become, as well as of the unbreakable bond between life and friends. Love my doggo. I'm gonna go to Joshua right away, considering he's like literally down the steps. Jill's gonna be like, mind your business. I'm also gonna do myself a favor and just quickly buy some items from Karen.
It's a dangerous world out there.
Joshua's closer, that's why. And I'll circle back to a minute.
I'm just saying while you're at the hideaway.
Yeah. Here to shop my potion.
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Ragnarok? No. We're gonna sell off some of the other items we have. I believe, yeah. One Gilbug.
You got that much.
5 Black Blood. 1 Gob Coin. 2 Empty Shards. And an Ember.
You got out else?
Joshua. And Torgal.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her.
Yeah, Clive.
How to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
And?
To see the snow daisies.
Okay.
I remember.
See the snow daisies.
Allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Well, it took about 18 years before we kissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
18 years before we kissed, and then a little something on the beach, which we won't talk about. It's a little not unsaid. It's a little vague. What happened on that beach?
What happened on that beach stays on that beach.
Between you, me, Jill, Clive, and Torgal.
Torgal's just like
trying to snipe here. Go ahead, hand this over to Mid.
Mid? Tell me this is all you need.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
No.
Don't want
What I
to go
need.
out again.
After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one, though that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Oi!
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear.
Here we didn't know what was useful. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back.
Yeah, blame the kids. That's right.
But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
This is not far, right? The kids must have stowed it somewhere.
The cog I did, but that wasn't used when I.
They put it
back together.
Because they're just so they're just such crafty little critters.
Hey kids, do you remember when I was?
Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Yeah, it's an airship.
You think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot!
Wow.
You remember?
They don't forget.
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
It's little bits.
I love how loud
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our
Oh my!
just in case.
That's good to know.
Oh, good lord. Everything we fuck up, we just hide under our bed.
Found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard.
A cachet, if you will.
Thanks, Sid.
Brass cog. Brass cog. All right, Mid. Is this all?
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
How they work.
Will it work? He's perfect!
How?
You're a genius, Clive.
Looks like a tattoo.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
It's
Only
poison.
the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own.
Wings?
With the right cog in the right place. Well, you just wait and see.
Wings? It's gonna be some fucking kind of like what's it called? Gundam freedom situation. It's just giant ass wings on the side of the ship. Oh, the propellers. Okay.
Here goes nothing.
The fact that it has like two little oars, like they're gonna do something.
Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
This is actually a very similar sentiment
I,
to those who
Clive.
built
So am I.
the first warplanes.
Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
They felt that once you make a machine that's just absolutely devastating at like murder, like people just don't want to fight anymore.
Good question.
But that's a fucking lie. People just use it to murder
First
people
time
harder.
I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out.
This is the reason why we don't have an airship.
I can picture it now.
Damn it. Like, how do we
Some daft general squinting at the words with
rationalize that we don't have an airship in a Final Fantasy?
like that one.
Ah, yeah, so put it in the middle of an ethical conundrum. Hello, Paul. Good day, mate. Finn has just told us that she's going to take all her hard work and hide it because she doesn't want to. Which is a fair assessment. Again, like I mentioned, it is a similar sentiment that people had for pretty much every major weapon of war.
If I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting
Yeah,
for.
no, I mean, like TNT, they were like, oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna help us with mining. Also, the devastating explosions will stop people from fighting. That never happened. Oh, planes will help people explore.
She never said it was gonna
Dad
stop
always
people
said,
from fighting. She was like, I know this
big.
is gonna
No.
make fighting more.
But in the side
Yeah,
of a dream that's
But
important.
that's the same sentiment. Like,
Only
in the end, like people, like what's it called? The Gatling gun also thought to be the great unifier of like peace, make peace happen because it's such a destructive weapon that nobody will ever want to fight with that around. That didn't work out. Yeah, every iteration they're on, like, planes, bombers, they're like, oh yeah, this will make things so easy, and people will not want to fight anymore. It's a lie. Because the person who sends you off to fight isn't in the field. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, she never said doesn't want.
No, I said, but I said this isn't the same sentiment. You're just saying word for word exactly what they're saying. That's not what I said. I said it's the same sentiment.
I missed the same sentiment.
Oh yeah, of course you did. Of course Joyce forgot that. For the one thing that I said. Let's see here. Okay, so we still have a bunch of stuff in Rosaria. We have a butt ton of stuff still in Waloed. I finished a Dexter binge. Oh, your brain was not unprepared. Today I get to start on Bond movie binges. Sure.
I've never seen Dexter. All I know that is
A lot of Moida. Yeah, the guy basically kills bad people. And you're just stuck in this. Basically, you're stuck in this idea where it's just like, do I root for the person who is this anti-hero essentially, who is murdering without trial? Like, you know they're guilty, so like you're not too upset about it, but you're like also kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this guy taking things in his own hands. You know what I mean? Ooh, you're a big cat. Hello.
Whoa.
Is this one of my hunts? Is this a hunt? No, I already fought one hunt. I already had a hunt. Let's see. Oh, it is a hunt. It is a hunt. This is one of the hunts that I was looking for. We got behemoths of every color in here. Damn. Anyway, if you also want to do binging stuff, ooh, Behemoth King. That's S rank. Oh, I might have a bit off more than I could chew.
Rashad right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
What a specimen it is too.
If you want to binge something right now, The Bear is on season 2. I would recommend it.
Bear is definitely something that you need to binge. The emotional anxiety that show gives you. If you have to hold on to that for an entire week for the next episode to come out, oh my god.
Down. Spiral up. Spiral down. Oh my god. There's more to this.
Guess we're all ready. Too slow.
Let's try this out. New combo.
Garuda!
I thought I could. I thought I could combine my limit break with Odin. That does not work.
Nice try.
Come on. Damn it.
Let's try.
Come at me, Broseph. Damn, he's still not going down, huh? Come on. Oh god, you just...
That's better. Let's try. Guess we're all ready. Too slow. And another! I needed that.
Gonna fall down this big ass rock. Behemoth is giving me the heebies. One down. Joshua's like, yeah, another down. Like we do it, like we do this on the regular. And I'm like, okay, Joshua.
I mean, you kind of do.
I do, but Joshua's just like, yeah, you and me always. And I'm like, mostly me. Behemoth Shakal. Oof.
So much.
That being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep Odin's ability, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to. I might switch it out for Titan, honestly. I think Titan might be good. But and the combinations don't really work as well. But they're still better than Ramuh's tag ability. I'm not gonna lie here. I'm not like of all the abilities, I think Ramuh's shot lock ability is probably the least fun. Or the least good, least useful one. It takes so long to lock onto everything.
The village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Grab some items in here. Hopefully it's some extra stuff. Potions. Just gonna scooch through here. Just gonna scooch through here. Alright, Bookworm. Royal Intelligencer Training Report. In the wake of the tragic fire at Caer Norvant in 87-3V and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds are instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvise weaponry and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stonehere for inspection. The report details progress made by the strongholds at Garnek and reinvigorating Waloed's rank of esteemed intelligencers.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Guards. A complete botany of Banes. Itriphoetida or Tail of Wyvern. White flower and black of root, the latter of which gives out an inky gall when cut or crushed. The tribesmen of the northern storm prick their skin with oaken needles soaked in such, drawing curious patterns about their arms and legs in honor of their heathen gods. The gall is passing intoxicate. That a single drop taken by the mouth may result in cramps most painful for 5 days and 5 nights, or if applied to a wound, certain death. Should a slip of the needle end a young warrior's life, it is said that his skin print failed to find favor among the heavens. So that might be.
His interests were certainly varied.
That actually might be the origin of the branded marks. Yeah, but the tattoo is with poison ink, right? Yeah. The folklorist's fabulary, the Moogle. Oh, no spirit or sprite appears more often in Palestinian folktales than the humble Moogle, though they are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps. The stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs come morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered in head to toe with soft white fur, except the small dark wings in which they somehow able to, excepting the small dark wings by which they are somehow able to make flight, and their brightly colored pom-poms that protrude from the top of their heads. And yet there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb atop of its brow: the fact that these creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows Moogles are stuff of legends. I quite agree, and every legend has its basis in truth. But in the case of the Moogle, the fact may be not so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet does not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm, and the illustration beside the name, why, it's none other than the Moogle. Of course, it is true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the twins in the modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carried them to other climes. Perhaps they were hunted to extinction, or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden far away from human view. Deep Moogle lore here, boys. Deep Moogle lore. From a
definitely got blown off course.
Yeah, from a distance. This is what we're looking for. Chapter 16. The Fall of the Bears. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with the gifts came to be commonly known is most likely a contraction of bearer of the heavenly blessing, the wording used by the tribunes at the time. those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals, and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion, led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The diverse nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church. While the authorities had for years had welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a voluntary army to resist this persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bears both. The, quote, deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valstean people. After the bears' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Alstea came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. Its well-known phrase, bears are other than human, has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed's only excuse for the calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies. That makes sense.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Yeah, it makes sense. Bears were initially lauded as, and then because they felt that they were being because during the persecution, basically non-bears were just like, we have to make sure they never get into power again because they could become too powerful.
Soon, stranger.
Oh, an executor. It's a very nice fucking. Very nice necklace of yours.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Bitch, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Yeah, we'll just kill him. It's no big deal. Like, you're gonna kill Clive, the bearer of all 5 elements, like all 6 elements or something. All 7 elements, I think. Well. Give me a moment here, just gonna see where I'm at. Alright.
Let's try.
Interesting combination. I don't know if I'd like it. Like, it works well with Lightning Rod, but not as good as, say, Rebirth with Lightning Rod.
over.
Oh! Torgo went Super Saiyan. Clutch mine and Y right. Nothing special. Where's this punk bitch? There he is.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind.
It makes us look bad.
The shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain.
Yeah, we want to make them feel good about enslaving an entire race of people.
For now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait.
You don't like critical bearer theory.
Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Not before we check out some other stuff. If I remember correctly, there is a few more things that I need to hunt down here. Just a looky-loo. The Byghoul hunt is actually, I don't think, too far from here at all. Raven's Wall? It's just south from here, actually. Actually, it's just north from Ravenwood Wall. We might do that first. After the next quest here. And then there is the Goobermooch in Isla. So check that later. Yeah, I've already gotten it.
I almost wonder if you should do the hunts first before you do the quest.
Draws you all the way back. Yeah. It's directly south from here. If that's directly south, I'm just gonna portal over. There's a bunch of in Sambrek as well. I might do that maybe tomorrow. Depends on how far we get on these meetings. I think it's gonna be just a whole day of side quests, honestly. Is the goober. Should be here somewhere. Says it should be here. Just unless I have to do it. Let's see here. It says after I complete the Last King main scenario quest. This might actually come afterwards. I might be wrong. Cross the Narrows. No, should be here.
But you've already done the Last King. That was
I've
part
already
of this.
Yeah, I've already done this. Should be here somewhere. Maybe I missed it. I think that is. I think that is. Yes. I thought it was just a curl. But it's actually something a little bit more unique. Oh, it's got a cute little headdress. It's a Byghoul.
It is a curl.
Yeah, but it's got a fun little headdress. It's different. It's got a new hat. But she's got a new hat.
Thundercats!
Thunder kitty.
Hello!
No ordinary colonel.
Got some range on it. So much electricity. Spirit of the forest, Coral. Real neat. I do not have the potions to go in crazy with this guy. Money, 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 money. Curl whisker, yay!
Let's hope it was the last of its kind.
We are just casually wiping critters off the face of the planet. No big deal. Let's see here. It says this Goobermoosh should be here somewhere. Goobermoosh. We're gonna fight the Goblin King in the area. Just up these. I should have both. It's a goblin. It shouldn't be that bad. Now that I've seen this, I feel like without a proper setup with this, I don't think it's going to be very good. So maybe instead I take out Judgment Bolts. Instead, replace it with something to power up. But I don't know. I don't know what a good combination is. I'll have to look at this later. I feel like Titan's probably the better bet. Swap the Titan instead. No offense, Odin. Like, it's fun, but not that fun. Where is it? It should be here somewhere. Boo 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 boo. Did I miss it? I think oh, there he is. Just over here to the left and clearing this way. This guy. Hey, you want a boppy the boopities? He's got a fun. He's got a hat. She's got a new hat. But Malibu Station has a new hat.
How the hell did
says little swing, but I don't think it's that little. Nope. No goblin punchies. No. No punchies. Oh, he bonked me right in the noodle. Give him the lightning bolt.
Another down.
That goblin fucking got me thinking. Like he definitely delivered enough damage where I'm just like, I might need to reconsider this this battle tactic. The gobbermoosh. Alright, well, you're dead now, so
ends here.
poor bastard. So this goblin is not a native species to Ash, apparently, which makes sense considering it's like dominated by orcs. Like I can imagine, like if there were goblins here from the get-go, that they were just immediately either enslaved or eaten by the orcs in the area. Let's see here. Do we have anything else in the area? I fought the Agni. There's another battle in Demacia. I've already done that one. The Blood Terror in Simbrek. The Masterless in Simbrek. Sorry, there's another one in Waloed. Nope, I fought the Behemoth King. And I fought the Kuza Beast. And the Wailing Banshees in Sembrek. Oh, nope, I lied. This one will be in... well, apparently it was here. Apparently this other one is supposed to be... here somewhere. In Garnic. Alright, I don't have the potions for this, though. Do I double back for potions first? Like, there's no person here to help me, to give me stuff, which I think is kind of garbage. Like, there's not one vendor in this entire place. Okay, maybe I'll just do a quick check in, let's see here, Silver Linings. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Martha's Rest, pick up some items, finish Silver Linings, and then double back to Waloed.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, near some gutted hovel, not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar.
We'll see.
So it looks like there was a person with a silver chocobo. Silver chocobo item in Eastpool. Let me quickly gather myself.
Oh, do.
Just getting photos.
Thanks very much. Much obliged.
Whom else here can help me?
To rack and ruin it don't mean we have to.
Yeah, they'll be with their stabled with their chocobos. Let's check the bin first. So it's a good place to check for people. May or may not have some information. Hello, friend? Yes? No? No. Thought they might be a traveling merchant. But...
Just about surviving, are you? When I was a little girl...
Bethesda owned it there. They let her sleep in the corner of the barn, had me play with me, teach me letters. We never ate together, slept under the same roof, but even so, she was like family. I was there on the day she died. She held me in her arms and whispered, "My dear Martha, I'm glad you didn't awaken." It was only years later I found out that she wasn't a servant, she was my grandmother. And my grandmother, I watched her die in the corner of a barn on a pile of old straw.
Then and there.
So I do everything My power to bring an end to all this, to never stop fighting until the day where the bears can live free, just like she deserved to. And you know what? When I see that glint in your eyes, I reckon that day may be along sooner than I dare. That's fucking crazy. Your own like, that's the weirdest thing. Like, as soon as you become like a bear, you're immediately designated to like a slave class. Like, doesn't matter who you are. Like, one woman like gave up her. One woman gave up her child for I have like 9 months carrying it. She's like, yeah, it's garbage. And I just threw it away. Right? It's crazy. Weren't long after Rosalith got ransacked by Sir Wynn and his men turned up.
Put the wind right up us.
Stayed of them, they all dressed in filthy rags, and they were worried that they might be cutthroats. Some of the folks they helped escape from the capital recognized them.
Thank goodness they did.
I couldn't have dreamed of a better guest than the Guardians. And when night fell, they'd all gather around the bonfire to sing songs of the old duchy.
Back in the glory days. Half of me wishes they hadn't left.
And we're just down there. We're just down here if they need us. So the Guardians are doing well.
Exactly a bed of roses.
Etherflood's cropping up all over. Since the skies turned, it's been a struggle. Not at least because we're finally free of the Empire's grip, the garrison's been pulled back east, and the few remaining Black Shields have gone with them. Which also means we don't have to fear about bearers no more. We can treat them like human beings.
And that's just the start. Stop by for an ale any time, eh?
Can't say it wasn't a relief to see the better part of the Guardians taken away.
Whomst else here can help me locate that silver chocobo? Either. Supposed to be merchants, plural merchants. But oh, there's. Where are all these merchants going? Like, there's plenty of merchants at Martha's Rest. Where?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the first time.
The ravings of a madman. See, now that I'm like cautious about all these towers and stuff, that was in Twinside. I'm looking at these towers and like in my head, I'm like, please, for the love of God, don't just lift off and just destroy everything like it did in Twinside. Can you imagine like the crystals aren't the actual like body of the crystals, they're just tip of the iceberg, and that really the crystals have grown like to these like giant crystals underground.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up.
And here is this merchant.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right.
We have a silver chocobo, don't we?
Silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride.
Here. Do we run south from Eastpool? Why not? Make for this silver chocobo. Martha's Rest looks pretty nice. Look at that, perched up on there on a citadel. Very nice indeed. Very nice.
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Killer bees. Just gonna run by here. Pardon me. Sorry. Is there a difference between a white chocobo and a silver chocobo? Yeah, white chocobos.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits. It's for a change.
Where am I going here? I think I missed a turn. Excuse me. There it is. Yeah. Quack here. And a quack there. Chocobo tracks.
More tracks. The chocobo was here.
Oh. Chocobo. I hope it's okay. I don't actually want to kill it. I just need a feather.
I don't hear anything.
A singular silver feather. That's a chocobo nest. Oh. couple
I'll be damned.
Two of them. Okay. What are you doing in our house, dude?
I'm not going to hurt you.
You're one of them kind of perverts. All right, whatever, dude. White Chocobo's just like, I don't know if I want to live here anymore. Get some weird perverts coming into our nest.
Let's get this back to Geth before they change their minds.
One more item for Gab. We are here anyway. We can go ahead to Ox Cry. Just to the left should be what we like. Here. Here be Rosfeld's trophy. I don't know what that is. What is that trophy? Give me that trophy. What is that trophy? Give me a trophy. What's it? Heavy Rosfeld's. Visit all the areas on the world and local maps. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't realize that was a thing that happened. Oh no, it's all dead, bro.
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
Give up. Go home.
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard? To the hideaway, then.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, we do have an entire kind of hydroponics area, so they might know. I mean, I gather they would. They're pretty much botanist. Anyway, we're here anyway. Let's go back to Waloed. I'm gonna go ahead and what is it that I need to fight next? I just want to make sure that there's nothing left in Waloed that I gotta fucking beat the shit out of. Grim Reaper, he is in Northreach. The Knight of Splendid Heart is also in Sembrek. Yep, that's it. Most of the fights now are in Sembrek. Except for this guy who is actually in Garnek. So we're gonna go to Vidar Grace, Garnek, and then over to the main mission there on the side. I think it's an orphanage, Badbach.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Just going to avoid these.
Enough of you, are there?
Dipping too much? Okay, 1 second. Joyce says my my microphone's messed up, so I'm just gonna do a quick reset. My could be that my my stream quality is suffering recently. Like I should be doing an easy 6,000, 8,000, but for some reason it's dipping quite heavily. Maybe it's because we have a lot of stuff that's taxing our. Maybe it's just freaking hot. Yeah, I might have to downgrade it later. But let me know if it's really kind of like missing things. Oh, did I miss it? Did I overshoot? I think I overshot. Masterless. Well, she should be here. Did I fight her already? Oh, it's back. Yeah, it says it's unlocked during Back to the Origin. So. Yeah, it might be actually have to finish. Well, it says Back to their Origin. It says during it, the main quest. So I will have a chance to come back for it. But in the meantime, go ahead and just finish up these efforts. And then, yeah, if there's a little bit of extra slice after back to their origin, I will we'll do that on Saturday. I'll Google it. First, we need to bring back the logbook at the Badbach Observatory. Is it observatory or orphanage? I think it's both. But this is basically where they, I don't know if you remember, this is the place where they collected bears to make into
Academy. A conservatory.
a murder academy.
Back to the stables, Carl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Badbach. Yeah, I switched out Phoenix Strike for Cold Snap. Just see the combination. Spooky orphanage. Conditioning schedule. Today's exercise will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor shall dictate, the furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased, live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Badbach Conservatory Writ of Good Incorporation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in the service of the state of as soldiers. Training succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposable within its bounds is punishable by death. They don't even bury these poor people. They just like...
Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
They flat out just be like, dump the body, right, somewhere. I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me in hope of receiving a few scraps at my table. It was her smile. The smile she inherited from her mother. The mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. The ghosts all have come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wife's, all of them, all those children. So many have died at my hand. I can't bear the guilt no longer, and so I've decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I'll command them to tear me limb from limb, and enter my accursed corpse beneath a white tree, whose crooked hands reach the skies in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names and all I have wronged. Okay, wow, the guy went like flat out insane.
This reads like a suicide note.
Yeah, he couldn't even fucking do it himself. He had the kids do it.
There's only one way to find out.
I have no pity. I have no pity for this man. Cool, just terrorize them more, why don't you?
Inter his bones.
Forked white tree.
He still gets to be buried?
In the yeah.
This must be the place.
Who fucking who, am I right?
Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Here, Badbach Conservatory Registry of Bearer Losses, 846. I'm assuming 8th month, 16th day. What does the E stand for? Hans, 10-year-old. Yeah, lithification. That's what. Is that what happens when they get cursed? Yeah. Alfred 9 succumbed to conditioning, lithification. A day later, disciplined for attempted flight, murder, killed for attempting to escape. Yeah. Succumbed to conditioning, lithification, emaciation, so on and so forth.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Hello.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Set a flare.
Garuda!
Set a flare. Fire! Lightning bolts. Easy peasy. Handful of gil and some clutch mine. Nothing too crazy.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Done here. Yeah, looks like that's all that's left on this side of the map. We can go to Zembrek and maybe find a couple more. Let me just do a quick check to make sure where they are and how much I gotta worry about it. The Wailing Banshee, she'll be done during the back to the Origin. Unlocked during the main. Okay, so back to Origin again. During. This is during back to Origin, but I'm pretty sure those should be fine now. You know what? I'm just going to double back to Hideout and then double check the charts to make sure that and double check the hunter. Yeah, the hunter board.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow days.
Let us perform this in a...
He's...
You go, Gav, some silver chocobo feathers.
Trouble. Clive, you're back. How'd you get on?
Any luck, you say?
Any luck? Nailed it.
Crystals crack. That's what I think it is. Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
A one that I will tell during this this fade to black.
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Oh, this is the scout we were talking about before.
I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go.
So he has gotten some grit. Oh, it's a chocobo pendency.
What do you think? I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give him my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
I wonder what happened if I said no and he was like not able to be there. He'd be like, I don't like this. This sucks. You're like, all right. So, and I'm.
Like if you said no. Maybe I'm.
Maybe. Or like, yeah, he won't be a scout. Maybe it'll be the same thing. He'll be like, the scout, like, he still needs to pass this training.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Quest complete. You've dismantled years of propaganda. No. The scholar's bonnet. Give the men and the women of his benighted world the gift of truth and make them believe in you, as I do. Settled in square. Let's go ahead and talk to Nectar. This one's in Sembrek. Oh, this one just came up. In Garnek Waloed. Alright. And this one's in Sembrek. And this one's in Sembrek. Okay, cool. We have 3 more in Sembrek and 1 more in Waloed. And that was the one where we checked recently. Let's go check on our lovely Waloedian guest here. Is it Jyoti?
Yes, my lord? Have care, my lord.
You can ask about Jyoti. You can ask about the current events with others.
Ah, me lords.
Me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you.
He has not left that blanket.
Something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that.
Go on.
Here's a trinket. Oh, go Gav.
It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye, it's a good luck charm. I mean, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say.
God, just get married.
Thank you, lords.
Gav is clearly like a little bit ahead over heels for Edda.
Is anything you need?
In my opinion.
Let us know.
I will.
Clive. Fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced.
I mean, that's a more of a her issue. He's yeah. I think Gav's a nice guy, a guy who's just like, I don't mind taking care of your kid because you're cool. You're pretty, and I like kids. I just happen to like children. Come on, Gav, fess up. What's the deal here? This is the whole ass cutscene, man.
Not enough.
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was.
Family?
Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls.
Gav said too much to drink.
I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Gav's on the pecking order.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout?
Yeah.
Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learn from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
I did that. I did that.
Brother Gav. My brother.
No. Josh was like, what? What am I, chopped liver? Josh was like, just runs away. He's like, yeah, that I was your brother.
Your brother.
Peeks in from the bag, like.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword.
The pecking order.
I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know,
I know.
There we go. Nice. Winter's Mead. Oh, I said I was thirsty. Gav. Oh. It's his own special stash. All right. Moving on. There's another letter. Request.
They'll come back.
Right? They're gonna have their own kids, right?
They're gonna run away, be happy together. They're gonna have a long, happy life. Wages of Fate. Joshua, do you remember what I told you last that night at the Phoenix Gate? That while the fate of Rosaria sits on my shoulders, the fate of its dominance sits on yours. But we are not both dominants of fire. Does not the flame of our forebearers burn in both our hearts? Should I not protect you as you protected me? You have chosen to be my shield. Now let me choose to be yours. Is this not what our father wanted? What Sid wanted, to cast aside fate and forge our own paths? Grant me this, Clive. Let me be your strength. A little thanks from the Burning Quill. This is Mid's treasure hunt. What? Did you think I was just saying that stuff about hiding my engine? Wouldn't you know I've already found a fine spot picked out and everything? But if you're going to go on this grand adventure, you'll need to be quick about your business with that ruddy god of yours. Take too long and somebody more clever might beat you to the prize. I suppose in that case I could bury you in one of my lesser inventions. Goddess knows I've got countless. Try Unity. I'm making amends. Oh, Hippocrates.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Hippocrates needs a little bit something from us. Hippocrates. Just across the way. We'll go ahead and talk to him. What can I do you for, sir? Or I do you for?
Lawsman Hippocrates.
Oh, never mind. Right to the quest.
I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons. I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, but as you say, that was Ultima's doing.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him, and I did nothing to ease that burden. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, and what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail.
Oh God, a fetch quest.
Across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found, where even the most outlandish opinions lie.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across. Whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive.
All right, let's see if I can also update the tombs here.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Oh, a little short.
What subject shall we consider today?
That done. Let's go ahead and jog our way over to the hydroponics, or the gardens. call it the backyard. But I'm like, it's literally in a hole in the ground. How can you call it a backyard?
Say what you will. Lady Karen's.
Fuck here. I mean, the garden seems to be coming along quite swimmingly, actually. Everything's lush. There's butterflies. Charcoal filter is working.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right.
The Royal Meadows?
Did you learn where we might find our...
Unless she pointed us to the place we already knew.
Gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew.
Whose shores border the meadows.
Right, so there's a bay that actually has them, and it brings us to Northreach, which is perfect because we need to fight a bunch of stuff in Northreach anyway. Let's go give these the registry to Herman. We'll double around to last few quests. Actually, I might call it quits after this. Tomorrow we'll do Origin. We'll dedicate a whole ass stream to the finale of the game, and this way I don't have to worry about, say, skipping through
Do you think Sid will tell us
dialogue.
about his adventures in Ash?
Alright, Herman, here's the book of your fallen brethren.
I hear that you traveled to Ash. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did.
If I may, the bearer registry. The director was a brutal man.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. My friends. I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning. Never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive? When so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. See that their names live on.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Complete. You have errors. Well, it's unfortunate to see, what's it called, like, Waloed, who, especially because Barnabas makes this whole deal of like, yeah, bears are the chosen ones, they deserve to be lauded, and yet his entire country, like, grinds them to mulch. Just literally, there's the worst possible things to them. And you're just like, I thought we were supposed to be different. And they're like, nope, I just say all these things, like I know what I'm talking about. But in the end, they feed them to like behemoths. They duct them into forced military camps, like fucking, what's it called, Universal Soldier style. Like, it's ridiculous.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Every epic starts with a single word. Every symphony, a single note. This is but the beginning, and forever shall your legend be told, forever shall your legacy be sung.
You earned this.
Careful, whisper.
Come again. I may have.
Enigma, what's that? New item. What is the Folium Enigma? Is it, oh, I think this is an item. I think it might be the last time I need to fix up my sword. Go ahead and do that, shall we, before we run off the... Oops, excuse me, pardon me, come through.
Trouble with your gear, or... So, will it be?
Gotchamarung requires dark steel. What needs fallen enigma?
Anything else?
Double check here. Items. Fallen enigma. Oh, it's something super valuable. In the several thousand years since the Fallen came crashing. Oh, right, this is an object that can be seen. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. We also got a brand new equestrian scroll. Oh, that's what it is. I am missing 1 and 2 more equestrian scrolls. So we're gonna go ahead and try and find those maybe next time. Until then, tomorrow is Friday. That's gonna be Joyce. I'm not sure what game she has chosen to play after she finished the demo last week. Then Saturday will probably be our final stream for Final Fantasy 16. So don't forget to follow and subscribe and do all that jazz to make sure you know when it comes up. Sunday will be James. Oh, sorry, will be Ash with Cult of the Lamb, and then James will be back on the Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, we will see what happens. After I finish this game, I'm not sure where I'm gonna go next. I think Final Fantasy, the mobile game, is coming out of beta. So maybe we can look forward to that. If not, then I'm just gonna have to find something else. Maybe we'll finally get back to doing bad voice subs. I know I keep saying that, and people are just like, "You liar," but yeah, we'll see. So until then, you can also hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and Discord, all that good stuff. And until then, you know, it's you have a good night, you have a good day. Keep cool. It's very hot all over the world, and I am very tired. Until then, have a good one. See ya.